I haven't streamed this so long, I don't know if it's even on or not. I think it's up now. Yeah, okay. Oh no, there's alright. In process and announcements. Even got Streamlabs up, so I can't see the chat. I have to go onto the browser for that. Yeah. I don't know how many people are going to show up. I don't even know if anyone's on right now. I don't know how many people are going to show up, so I guess I'll wait a minute. I don't know. I mean, the last time I streamed was for like FNAF in 2020 like 2, I think. See Diggy's in the chat. And Grombot, hello. All the DoomTower fans are here. Alright, yeah, now people are on. Okay. Hello everybody, hold up. I got Sodium for this. Because I haven't updated Luna client and I didn't want to because they changed the TOS. So, you know, that's one thing I did actually. The server... Oh. Server now works again, but you can join it. And I reset my progress. I'm just going to play through on the stream for a little bit. I'm gonna skip this, bro. I've seen this one before. Right, yeah. It was shut off for like a very long time, and I think one kind of key example of that is you'll notice if I go, well, I can't go through because I don't have any what's it called? I don't have any progress. I reset my progress, but the Halloween decorations are still there. I'll just opt quick. I'll cheat. I noticed it with World 4. You have the burger portal. Oh, the latency's really low. Okay, I configured it right. Yeah, no, it was weird to join again. For me as well. So I was just, I don't know. I loaded it earlier, and then I was listening to a new album. But I had the server up, so I had to disable some stuff to get it working. And I joined, and there were 3 people playing. So I gave them snowball cannons, but all in left. That was a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, the stream. Let me run through that quick. It won't be a super long one, right? Because at least historically, and whenever I record videos for it'll be like Monolith or I think it was the DoomTower Lives, as any of you remember that. But I'd ramble on, and then I don't want it to end up being like 2-3 hours because I don't think anyone got time for that. But I'll try and keep it nice and concise. Gonna be playing through the server because why not? That's gonna be a little interesting to do because I'm gonna be real. I don't really remember much. I was talking about the lore in general chat, I think 2 or 3 days ago, revealing some previously unknown stuff. But for this stream, I am gonna be what's it called? I'm gonna be doing more of that because hopefully this is the beginning of a little bit of kind of activity being brought back to the server. Not even from players, in terms of myself, because I think the last update was the Ivory update. That's a little bit before. I don't even think many of you played this. The Ivory boss fight. This was very hated, if I remember correctly. But I liked it. I thought it was alright. I think I built this arena myself. I thought I did a decent job with this. And I think the gameplay was like slightly different. Although, I feel like, I remember there was a phase where she was invisible. And that's kind of lame. That's about it. But yeah, anyways, really getting distracted. This thing, I'm going to play for a little bit. I'm going to be talking for a short while on the kind of absence of the server, what's been going on, where we're going from here. And I'm also going to be open to answering some lore questions I may have previously not been open to answering in the chat. If anyone wants to ask me, it doesn't even need to necessarily be lore or gameplay. Maybe I can throw some, like, I don't know, unreleased stuff in as well in the server. I've probably got for everything, but there's probably some stuff out here that is I guess unseen. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, y'all are gonna have the window to open ask some stuff in chat and in-game chat. I am reading both. See, we have Jade and Digi, Akanata, Rombok here, so it's pretty cool. I will probably do a little like edit of this stream after if some really important stuff said. But yeah, I guess play through. I'd have music on, but I think I don't even know what this is. Turkanator? I think I need a certain rank for that. Well, not a rank, like a... What was it called? Like key. I don't remember. I have amnesia, I can't remember anything. Oh, you can't play? I don't have a scroll wheel. Oh, did it break? Was it like a Minecraft glitch? Oh yeah, another thing, I updated the Via version. But yeah, DoomTowers. I made some promotional stuff. I thought it was pretty cool. Mine has asked it can't let me join. What's it saying when you try and join? I did update the Via version, so I thought it should work, because I'm on 1.21.11. I don't know why it still says World 17 here, by the way, that's kind of strange. Next. So, it probably doesn't matter, I'm not even going to be able to get to that bit in the tower. What server version is it? It's 1.19.4, but you can join on any version other than 1.20, not 1.21, other than 26.1. I hate saying that, it confuses me as well. Yeah, but I made some promotional materials in the announcement channel. You may want me to pull them up on screen, but my answer to that is no, because I used OBS in a while. Yeah, it was 1057 days, 25368 hours, 1522080 minutes. That was, well, not the minutes and hours, those aren't exactly precise, but the days is the most important thing. That was when the server came out. It was the 5th of May 2023, which is kind of insane. This server, I think, has technically been around for longer than all of the other Doom servers at this point, right? Like the time between Doomsday MC to before, I think the one before DoomTowers was Learn to Fly. So the time between then and that point was less than that period of time. It's kind of been crazy, you know? It's kind of crazy. I'm not really still playing it to this day, because I think there's an elephant in the room I gotta address. There's been no updates and no kind of activity for a really long time. And I think with myself, my own interests, just personal things, and mine as a platform, a lot's changed, obviously, since the server started. And I've had to shift my attention to other things on top of just shifting my hobbies and whatnot to other things as well. In reference to what I'm spending time working on. Obviously, a lot more time has been spent working on my next project called Monolith, which I'm sure some of you may have heard of. But I wasn't just going to drop the server, but it would. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff. Oh, Jellybean joined. Oh, that's pretty crazy. I remember this guy. Oh yeah, I'll read chat in a minute. I see some stuff already. I will get to all of it. I'm running through the acts right now, but yeah, I've got better ranks. Yeah, the prefix update was pretty crazy, wasn't it? In the grand scheme of things. But yeah, no, I've obviously shifted my attention, but I wasn't gonna just abandon the server, and this is kind of hopefully the beginning of a comeback. I can't make any guarantees in that department, because obviously the next thing's anodized. And I've already discussed, and I still plan to do this, where Anodize is going to be like the test run. I'm going to see people really, really, really want stuff for the server. We're going to release Anodized. I think, no, Digi did already build the arena. I remember he sent me the file on Discord, so shout out to him. But I haven't put that in game yet, or coded anything for the boss yet. I think that was a release date at some point for December, but then I got ill. You got to check it though. Yeah, there was I had to put barriers in, I think, or something. Yeah. The boss is I'm gonna be real changed a lot from the original plans, because oh, how much is the balloon? There you go. Yeah, it's gonna be very different from the original plans, because originally there were gonna be I guess I'll reveal a little bit. Because it's not happening anymore. This is what I'm about to describe right now. But the original boss plans were going to involve 5 phases. And those middle 3 phases, phases 2, 3, and 4, were going to have specific songs. Where the boss's attacks would sync up to those songs. And I think that could have been pretty cool, but plans fell through regarding that, and I don't think when I do come back to working on Anodized, that would really work with my current like philosophy of designing stuff. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to consider that could go wrong with that. Like if there was slight latency and then the songs became distinct with the actual attacks, or if again all if lag happened, or people didn't have the texture pack, or with like death, you know. I don't think there's any deaf people playing DoomTowers, but I guess that should be considered. So there was a lot of stuff I got to consider. I'm going to turn the volume down this because it's very loud. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to consider. Got 4 damages off when working on that boss, but yeah, that was like the last thing that was going to come, and then you know, nothing really came off that. We had the Ivory update, and then things fell silent. So, like I was saying, this is going to be like the testing grounds to see if people really want more updates on DoomTowers, if there's actually interest for it. If we can get a lot of people playing the Anodized boss, then I'll probably have the inspiration to create those R2 worlds. If not, then it's not like an end-all be-all. And I've already said it before, I don't blame people if they played before the server went on. I'm just going to say it, the hiatus it has been on. I don't blame them if they've just outright gotten bored of Minecraft or the server as a whole during that period of time, because honestly I did as well. I think it's very rare for a server that isn't like Hypixel or one of the really big ones, which have a lot of work behind them and a lot of constant updates and players to make them feel fresh, like it's something ever changing. I don't think a small server like DoomTowers is kind of normal for a server like that to go on for as long as it has. And I do, like, every time I think of the server, whether that should be in a passing conversation or just a passing thought, I do find it interesting to think that if the server had ended, like, just like the other ones where, oh, I got bored, I'm going to move on to the next thing. If it had ended in, let's say, 2024 or 3, I think it was, when I was starting to get bored, which, to be honest, the first time that happened was around World 9 and 10, then I'm sure we would have probably gotten another 5 or 6 servers, right? And I'm actually curious to think, would that still be going on to this day? Would I still be making stuff? Would that have impacted my ability to code? Because obviously I did get better at coding throughout the run of the server. I hope I would have. There's a lot of what ifs. But I keep pushing on with updates, and I think that spark came back and went many times. Like, it is actually kind of nostalgic now, and it's weird to think about because this was nearly 2 years ago. Oh, no, it's been 2 years ago now, but I remember when World 12 and Exonitaz and Diox was all coming out, and I think that was a very nice time in the server. That was like the first comeback, and I think we saw that extend into the release of World 14, 15, and the Chancellor. Like, the Chancellor, I'll still say to this day, is my favourite boss. I don't know about y'all, but it is kind of nostalgic now, and it is weird to think about. But, yeah, a lot has changed. A lot has gone on. We've obviously had the hiatus, and Anodized, it will come out at some point. That will be the guaranteed update, and everything beyond that point I'm kind of uncertain on. But whether or not more comes from that really does depend how the players are feeling and how I'm feeling as well. That's a big part of it. But to be fair, I mentioned it in a video before I went on the big hiatus, and I think I talked about it in the Insider Announcements channel. But I think, for me, one of the best parts of making a server is seeing people enjoy it. So even though there's no monetary gain from loads of people playing, to see loads of people, you know, playing and enjoying the boss and talking and chat, I think that is a big part of it. Now, the possibility of Anodized failing, whether that be because I've, you know, Unk's lost it, or people really just don't want to play the server. That's killer's neat. I still have Abyssal Core on. Okay, there we go. Yeah. The possibility of Anodized completely flopping and falling on its face, that leads us into the other idea I have for finishing off the lore, because that's the main priority now. We have 3-4. The other, oh. Gotta lock into pillars. Right, you all got the strats down. I'm terrible at this. Don't stream snipe me. You got 0 health. What? Oh! Is that like still glitched? I think accessories would bug out in this, if I remember correctly. Oh, this was pretty cool. I was talking about it the other day, this probably would have done really well if it was its own server. But I ain't got the time for that. Can I read chat in a minute after this? Oh, and the border shrinks as well, that's neat. Like, I do not remember how much works in the server. Okay, yeah, anyways, right, this is why I said at the beginning I don't want to ramble on, because I just get off on a tangent. If Anodize fails, then I will finish the lore by creating comics and books. Hopefully my artistic skills are a little bit better than when I started the server and was obviously just drawing with like paint on that. I do like the style of some of those drawings, by the way. Like you'll probably know the Dark one where he's got his hand out. I do like the style of those, but for like bigger drawings, it kind of looks a little bit chopped sometimes. So hopefully if I do make stuff, if I make the DoomTowers fucking manga adaptation, sure, then hopefully that looks alright. What would you all think about that to the people who are in chat and in game right now? Is that like I was writing mine, I'm like 120 pages, and I'd like to see that when it's out. Be interested in that. But if I did like a drawn adaptation, would that be something you're like interested in or no? Crouch when initiating dialogue with an NPC to send. Oh yeah, there were tips in the server, I think, when you entered the portals. That was like a later thing I added. I think they went away after a while. I can't say that. Nah. Manga. What? Oh, I see why that blocks it. Okay. Do you know what was blocking that in chat? Pick apart the letters and you'll see why that was part of the filter. Oh my days. Yeah, the filter was something I added in as well. That was, I think, an update I did later on. Anyhow, let me read chat quick, because I'm ignoring chat, so sorry about that. I am not grinding. Oh yeah, we have some messages at the beginning. I'm not grinding for a 2.5% chance from Diox. I still don't know how to complete Halloween event. The spiders two-shot me. Can you enable drops? Yeah, I'll enable the esports drops. Oh, we already went over the server version. My question about lore is how we talk to Diox in World 17 if he dead. Guys, what was World 17 again? Was that Bound to Sin? I'm pretty sure that was Bound to Sin, right? The way Diox was, if that's the world, the way that the player communicated with Diox, because the player was like split from their body by Anodizer, so this is a convoluted explanation before I actually explain it, but obviously for floor 9, the player's body is split from their soul, and they're trapped in a casing of anodized, which they break out of as they're about to go off and challenge anodized, which was when the big break happened. But before that point, when you're in World 16, I think it's called the Oracle, you can fly around and you experience kind of the lives of other people in the tower. and that was obviously for some world building. But World 17, you're kind of just in that loose soul state, and you kind of experience the life of experience the life of Diox for a majority of that world. I think his name was Draco or something. Why the small entities on floor right there? I'll explain that. I think anyone wants to see me fly around world 1 like a morning. Just TP. Here we go. Yeah, you played as Diox in this world. There we go. This world looks weird from the outside. You played as Diox, and it kind of showed how he was climbing up the ranks in the tower and how he kind of lost his humanity during that. But towards the end, when you do speak with him, that was... You're kind of like speaking with his soul at that point. Because obviously he was killed, and I think he mentions in the dialogue as well that he's basically fading away. So you have a limited amount of time to talk with him. And it's not really a moment that was meant to be me saying, oh, Dark's actually a good guy. And the perspective of the player should forgive him for everything he did. It wasn't exactly like that. It was more so just explaining his actions as an individual in the tower, and him giving any more help he can on how to actually escape if there is any escape, which obviously we still don't know if there is or not in the lore. But you're basically just communicating with his soul here. And at the end of world 17, he completely fades away, so he's done so basically. What else do we have in chat? No boss spawn. No boss spawn cost, right? That's probably for Ivory, I'm guessing. Single video. I was going to do Halloween event guide, but the server kind of ended. World 16 was see 3 dead people's perspective, and we go into Dark's body at the end. Yeah, that was it. And in Dark's whole extended perspective, obviously, because he's an important character, was seen in this world. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was the whole thing with Diox. And I'll be open to answer some questions, I guess. But yeah, that's what I was saying briefly. This is going to be how to edit, because I go off on one thing, and then I start another conversation or another discussion, and it gets very messy very quickly. I understand that, so apologies, but I've not really open. It's weird. I have access to the door. Strange. Oh, I'd probably set all the things as false, yeah. Oh, you were fighting a library. And you mentioned stuff in chat up here about the Trickster combo. Yeah, I kind of forgot Trickster was a sect that was added later on. Another important question for me is how Diox and Dr. Finkelbert and Blue Hair Girl go to different sectors and all that. Is the Blue Hair Girl Alana? Is that who we're on about? I'm assuming so. There's a lot of ways you can traverse the sectors, but a big one that was shown off obviously in game was just simply there being holes in the walls, and the higher you go, the stronger the walls are, so there's less less chance of that actually happening. That was a way that they did it. You can also obviously travel through the gates and see where that takes you, but that's more so what someone like Diox did. And I think he got something by he obviously had the contracts from the sage guy, the samurai, to be able to get people's souls. Who's Dr. Finkelberg? Just some irrelevant dude who he fought. I think he means at the end of World 16 or World 17, I forgot. This is going to be a difficult stream for me because I'm going to keep stumbling on things like thinking, like, I honestly forgot a lot of stuff, but I still know the basis of like how the server would end, which I might rewrite actually. Where they go through the null portal. TPT. You're right now. World 17 mini boss, that's it. Yeah. Or for meat for experience. What I forgot. Yeah, like in here where Alana, what the version of the floor, up on below, where Alana goes and gets into the other sectors through these holes in the wall. It showed how they went from floor. Oh, you're on about the portal, right? You're on about the thing in World 16 where, yeah, I remember. I actually completely forgot about that. Yeah, that portal was broken. Here we go. This world's a mess. I think all of them were a little bit messy. This was the soul stuff. Here we are. So you went through here and you were taking damage. The Finkel belt was actually the hardest boss in the server. It was a very buggy belt when it came out. I remember. Oh, dialogue's activating for me. That's brilliant. The way the server was coded is very interesting. we have Alana's walking. Go through here. So you're taking damage during this, and then you get to the end. It's looping the dialogue twice, I think. Yeah. Ever so chopped. Oh, it's gonna take me anyways, nice. Yeah. The portal they go into at the end. Dude, I don't want to hit the dialogue right now. The portal they go through at the end was because of the damage the sector sustained, it was a portal that had basically become corrupted, which is how people can directly access the null. That's obviously what you saw with like Lyris and stuff, how they entered it is through the broken portals, and then they developed or acquired technology where they can freely traverse in the null, because obviously it's an unstable area, and stuff like that works, whereas in the main tower it wouldn't. When we shifted from Prisoner's perspective, he died from getting sniped, so I'm just assuming perspective shift is when they die. Kind of, yeah. Oh, wait. Perspective when they die. For the case of World 16, the shift in perspectives was just basically the story moving on. There was no exact, like, pause for it, I guess. Maybe it was just you know, I could have shown what happened to the floor 6 NPCs after they entered that null portal, but then obviously that would ruin any potential suspense on what could come from that in the future. Yeah, like we'll see, because the other people died, and that, yeah, like once they're dead, yeah, again, like you're saying, there's not much I could have shown that the I don't know, the prison guards reacting, so the guy getting sniped. Yeah, for the 4-6 NPCs, it was a little cliffhanger. So expect that, or don't expect that to come back at the story at some point. For the other dudes, they're dead, and the perspective shift was again mainly for just like what Digi said. There's not much else you can really show with that. I need the soul mech. That was the heavy item, wasn't it? I think that the items towards the end of the server were like super cool. The soul mech, the soul dynamite, and then it would. So, probably in the chest somewhere. I thought the soul dynamite was it the one where it drew a Vexor? I'm pretty sure that one was neat. I'm obviously gonna like speak kindly on the server because I made it, so there's probably a little bit of bias involved. Oh, I didn't even ban him. He got banned himself. Let's check the console. Did he say a slur? No. You're sure I didn't even type it. He's trying to rejoin now. He was banned for discrimination. Okay. I think. Oh, you banned him. That's awesome. The filter was one of the best things I had. I remember just being AFK in the server and hearing the bloody end portal sound every few minutes. Every 30 minutes, someone would just join, say a slur, and then either get banned or leave because they bypassed it. Oh. The period of no disconnects didn't last for. Right into the blue steel sector. What was that about? You mean like a set? Oh, market. Yeah, I was gonna add shops and stuff in. Yeah, there was a bit I didn't mention. I haven't been streaming for 30 minutes. That actually went really quickly. There was a lot of stuff I had planned before I took a break. And I'm gonna be real when I come back to things, which hopefully is in the near future. It depends on how things go, because again, I think everyone here probably. Dude. What is up with mine, huh? This is... And they got banned again. Like, what? That was in the matter of, like, 5 minutes. It was like this before, but I don't think it was as frequent. You've got, like, 3k people on mine, huh? And I would say 1,000 of them are probably just joining to Slayer servers. It's pretty mad. But yeah. Before I took a little hiatus, I was going to have a lot of stuff. But to be honest, at this point, I think the priority is just to focus on those worlds. There was one thing I was going to add, and I'm going to talk about it to you now, because it still might get added, it might not. There was going to be something... This sector. It's actually something that I've not spoken of before. Maybe I have, I don't remember. Yeah, if we go around into here. You remember. It was the Sufferstone. And I'll describe the plans for this, because it's kind of interesting. This was actually super important to the lore. Towers. In DevTowers, I have a little server for development. That'd be funny to release one day, because then people will be like, oh, a lot of stuff was changed. Just search by Sufferstone. A mysterious exposed wall at the center of a sector within the tower holding disturbing messages and cosmetics gameplay wise should be revealed to the player depending on how much blue steel is donated. Donations can be made in intervals of 1 blue steel, with the player's donation function being temporarily halted whenever the stone has a message. On the donation milestones, the player can unlock special cosmetic items. So I posted a teaser related to this. You know, I'm gonna try and be an awesome streamer and put this on screen. I'm gonna try really hard, guys. Hold up, media source. I'm scared to reveal what the hell that is, because it's been in OBS for like 2 years. Let's call this DoomTowers. Browse. It's not in there. Okay. Image. DoomTowers 2. There we go. Browse. Awesome. You all can probably see that, right? Whoops. Basically, this was what the Sufferstone was going to give. You have your scoreboard color for 25 blue steel. You have a death effect. Did I add death effects, guys? Oh, I did. That's really weird, isn't it? I actually completely forgot this was a thing. We have Dark Implosion and the Gravestone. The Gravestone was neat. Oh, you can't have them. I actually like these. I don't know about y'all. Yeah, you were gonna have a death effect for 50. This was where the Gravestone one was gonna be, I guess, and the 151 was where the Dark Implosion was gonna be. 75, you got Tower Aura. I'm pretty sure. What's that? Yeah, I have my stupid pig head on. You can see it. It's very minor, but it's alright. I think some people would like it. And I just realised I had the screen off when I had the death effect showcase, so I'll just show those off real quick. You have the Dark Implosion. The Gravestone. The one issue with these where they could have caused some confusion, like someone probably would have thought this was like an ability a boss was spawning in. And that'd throw me off, I don't know about y'all. But yeah, we have the Raffle tag for 100 blue steel, the Sim tag for 250 blue steel, and an Aura for 500, where I'd have the halo around the player's head and some spikes and like thorns on their body. It'd look pretty cool if it was finished, but you'd be surprised to know it wasn't. And there was some really interesting texts that the Sufferstone would output. Do you all want me to just read the text? Or do you want me to save it for the possibility that this is still added? There is a very high chance. Yeah, just read off. Now I'm gonna add it into the server at some point, and no one's gonna donate to it anymore because I've revealed it on stream. So let me just read that there's anything like big in here. I don't think so. I can take a screenshot of this, and I'm gonna blur one bit out because I don't want that revealed just yet. The name of one of the auras. There we go. I'm gonna end the thing quick. Hold up. Media source. No, DoomTowers. Let me just make sure there's no spoilers in that. There we go, that's good, right? We have 1 blue still donated. It would say, is anybody there? 5 blue still donated. You think you bastards stop me? Very scary, Anna. 10 blue still donated. More of a god than all of you will ever be. 15 blue still donated. My prison is made in my vein. 20 blue still donated. In other words, it's my realm. 25 blue still donated. So what makes me so different than you? And that's where you get the raffle scoreboard colour. 30 blue still donated. Sim will set me free. 35 blue still donated. And when it does, I'll be glad to claim my power. 40 blue still donated. Power that you all can no longer control. 45 blue still donated. Humanity is what will fuel me. 50 blue still donated. People and their gross sins. 5 blue still donated. Wrath runs through my veins. The evil are in my image. They'll all eventually come back to me. They'll all deserve the agony they endure. They'll all be the ones to set me free. And then you just get the items after that point. Pretty neat, right? It's not AM. That's actually very, very important stuff. If that does get added. So you'll probably want to remember that, I guess. Very important. What's in chat? The Halloween event is an OP blue so far. If you had someone to hold stuff, you could get insta wins. Yeah, you're right. It's just that if everyone worked together, I think everyone probably could have like every accessory and every blue soul item, but I think that level of teamwork would have probably been unseen. Yeah, the Sufferstone would have been alright. That would have been pretty cool. That was the lot. Oh, I had a whole chat for it. Plan that out. Oh, and I had a lore chat. I cannot reveal because that reveals who did a lot of stuff in the server that you all don't know about. Can I please get a guide? I still don't know how to progress there. Oh, for the Darkwoods. Did you ever want to make a guide? So boring and waiting. I know you mentioned in chat that you were working on one, but then the server ended, and that's fair enough. Maybe realize I don't have the editing skills anymore. I had the editing skills to put together a video of all of the different fonts of DoomTowers, and that's basically where my limit of expertise ends. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Do we have any other cool things I can show off on the little channel? Oh yeah, accessories. Ivory with the Vampiric. That's the boss fight for that. Scanner machine for Lazarus, that was never added. The Echo Arena. Did I ever add boss pity? I don't think so. Old 16, summer 2025. There were some scrapped accessories there. Final fracture features. Yeah, some of these were not added. I'm pretty sure. Guys, tell me which ones were in the server and which weren't. This is for Trickster. Let me get an image up. My little image trick. Was it for 4 o'clock? Oh god, this was ages ago. This was before September. Holy shit. I mean, it's just, I think summer, so that makes sense. No. Alright, guys. Smile dummy. You all know the smile dummy. I know some of these. Someone's got an Insalama piece, pardon. We have dynamite dummy. Places a dummy that attracts nearby enemies and explodes when destroyed. That wasn't added, I'm pretty sure. We have that. Idiot Ray fires the bot that inflicts weakness on enemies and heals allies. Cosmic Sponge was added. Star Leech. Teleport Tomato fires a tomato which teleports you to the impacted player. That was not a thing. My memory. Suction Gun. Right click an ally to clone their status effects. Left click an ally to set your health to 50% of theirs. Clown Outfit. Obtained via the Baby Trials. What? Peanut Butter Jelly Suit. Obtained by giving Jelly blue still. Elite Troll Suit, we know what that is. Slightly different way of obtaining it. Inverted Smile Set. Extremely rare chance being obtained from trash mining. Passive increases the health of placed sentries. That's awesome. Accessories. Reinforced Toolkit. Increases the lifespan. That was added? I think it was named something else though. I think Sturdy Stand, yeah. Also had the dummy punt, where you could punt them. It was a really weird accessory, to be fair. That was like very, very niche. Magnet increases the effect range of place sentries by 1. The final prank. This was crazy, but I couldn't code it. Activates after 20 enemies are lured with place sentries. Grants the user the user speed and the ability to use any weapon from any set for a few seconds. This would make you setless in the sense you could use any weapon in the server. So now what would be OP about this is you could use the Soul Mech and other tier 4 or 3 items from other sets and probably absolutely detonate a boss or at least get back to max health. So this would have been one of the best accessories in the game. No wonder it wasn't added. We have Boss Hunt. What? Oh, this is cool. Did you all hear about Boss Hunt? I've never seen this. I've completely forgot about it. That's what I was meaning to say. This stream is giving off. Where am I? Let's do toes. Okay. Boss Hunt. A unique event that takes already existing bosses and allows players to fight a mega buff version for unique rewards. Boss Hunt can be found in the Event Master periodically. There it will offer special and ranged versions of bosses with identical arenas costing the regular spawn but having mega buffed abilities and stats. Beating a boss hunt for the first time will reward the player with blue steel and a roll of 5 extra respective boss drops with blue steel on future completions. Reduced ability cooldowns, increased damage as ability damaged, increased health, reworked abilities, extra phases, or restructuring. So this would be like the way I could rework bosses without, you know, fully dedicating a rework to them and making that a thing. That's kind of cool. Accessories. I added accessories other than a few. I think I've spoken of those many a times. Apartment idea. Oh man, this was gonna be. I think this was something Digi suggested, and I built upon it. This is kind of neat, but I don't think it would have actually. I think it would have been weird. Definitely. Well, I have to delete all these screenshots out after. Just gonna pop this up. A vacant sector in the tower that each player can individually design and decorate. You get wallpapers, deep slate bricks, prismarine, spruce planks, smooth quartz, oak planks, space shards, obsidian, crying obsidian. That's from a rare drop from Vice. Oh, this would have been dope. Slime time. Slime blocks. Fleshy, Neverwalk blocks and red wall obtained from PPP. Pretty cool. The best sector, bedrock, obtained from lifesteal boxes and P. Starry, warped planks and blackstone bricks. I know some of you would have loved the starry one. House of cheese sponge. This would have given a use to cheese. Decorations, they're little prefabs that go around. Walked mushrooms, tent, table, granite statue, snow pile. I don't know what it was. Wow, that's weird. Oh, World 7 got reworked, didn't it? Oh, what the World 7 rework was so good. I think it's called the Battered Battlefields. Man, World 7 genuinely became one of the best worlds. That was I fucking locked in for that. Smile poster. Arcade cabinet. Hot tub. Also had a little hot tub in the end. And then stations. Functional machines that can be placed in a user's personal sector, purchasable for Bluestone, obtainable through miscellaneous sources. You have the computer, which allows the user to access the Bluestone shop and daily quests. Would be quite useful, because a lot of it was spread out. I just moved something. Uh-oh. Pillar Gateway, Gate to the Pillars, Darkwoods Gateway, Summer Gateway. You guess what those other ones are. They're pretty obvious. Let me re-chat. I'll put the screen back on because I'm sure you'll love staring at a black screen. Oh, yeah, Boss Pit is kind of like the milestones. It was made after the milestones, so it would have been on top of milestones. I think the boss masteries was another hugely like successful feature, I think, for replayability, because you'd see people playing like where everyone would come together to fight twice. That was awesome. Let me frickin' hyped up about the server. Reading stuff and going over things. The Cosmic Sponge is great, but the aim isn't good. Yeah, it falls flat in practice. What about the other T Shattered Sector bosses? Oh yeah. There was one that I had an idea for. If I can find it. Final Fractal. It was just the Holly Hunter, a creature amalgamated of Holly capable of slowing and completely freezing players. That's about it. I thought there was another, but I guess not. Wait. I like the Crimson Cosmonaut, they're awesome. Book plot. This was just me writing the book for the Thaddeus one, I think. We have plot. That's actually interesting. Character list. Is this for what I think it is? No. This was the 2nd of February 2025. No, this was for the book. Okay. I thought this was the Dorsic stuff. There were characters I was writing for a book. You would Dominic, Eve, Nova, and Cyrus. Did I ever have those characters in a book? I don't recall. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I don't know. Oh, this is a grail. Hold up. Do you all remember? What's the fuck? I like the chaos, but this will probably crash the server, so I'm probably gonna delete it. Oh, thank you. You did my job for me. That was very loud. Oh my god. You can't get this on other My Hut servers, I'll tell you what, you cannot. And they're all respawning. This is mad. Oh really? Yeah. Do you want to see a grail? Tell me if any of you remember. Do you remember the DoomTowers book? That's balanced. Do you remember the DoomTowers books that I had planned? Not the little ones, but I was gonna make a book that was gonna retell the whole story of the server. But like in a different way. Did you all hear about this? At any point? So it was like the story of the server, but imagine this. Imagine it was like the player lost a voice. It's kind of like one of those. It's like Scott Pilgrim, the movie, versus Scott Pilgrim, the show, where in one bit, not really spoilers in the first episode, but one of the media, Scott Pilgrim dies in the first episode, and in the other one he doesn't, so then it's completely different. Did I never showed you all the boss, did I? These books were gonna have completely different bosses, and I find it so interesting. I got a sense to some of this. Because actually, yeah, some of this doesn't look great. Hold up. Wait, hold on. Wait. This is interesting as hell. Hold up. 2024? Oh shit. Nah, this is gonna be kind of crazy. Talents, not that. Bosses. So we have Vice, who would have been the first boss, that's normal. Sage. Now this is fairly interesting to me. These bosses, some of the bosses that were going to be in the book were reused for World 17. So Sage was reused. TPP is the third boss instead of the fourth. Kronos. He would have been like a time boss. And now the issue with that is Vice is already kind of like a timey boss, so I don't know how this guy would have fit in. But there's something to take note of. Diox would have been the 5th boss. Bloody hell, that's interesting. I think Diox would have lived in this book. State that as you will. Dr. Finkelbert. Again, another dude from World 17. Psycho Girl. Not much to say about that one. Tar. This character, there was a really interesting note that I'm not going to reveal. Red Demon. Awesome, yeah, my favourite boss, Red Demon. And then this is one I touched on yesterday, because I kind of forgot what the hell his whole deal was, but now I remember. The Automator. If I hear fire, I'm going to leave this world. If I hear the firework minigun, the most annoying weapon in the server. But the Automator, this would have been the last boss for the book. And then we have Maverick, who's a bounty hunter, who fit in somewhere. I'm going to put the image up if you all don't remember who this dude is. The Automator. Hold up. Name's slightly different here. The Revenant. I believe this was the same idea, but the names were slightly different. This would have been like the final boss of the book. Actually, I don't remember if this was the same idea or not. I'd have to check the file dates. But it was meant to be for the books. And again, the books have a slightly different lore. So, what I'm saying is not spoiling stuff, you all don't have to worry. But the ending to the books would have been some basically supercomputer at the end of the tower controlling it all. And that would have been in the form of the Automator. And it's either the Revenant, like it's the same creature, or it's similar. I do not exactly remember. That's very interesting. I completely forgot I reused all those names. That was quite a big gap as well, right? Because the Thaddeus stuff was that was halfway through 2025 when World 17 came out, and that was all in 2024. That's pretty neat. Lore. Oh yeah. Did you all hear the world names? Do you all want to hear the world 18, 19, and 20 names? Or no? Do you want to hear those or not? I don't know where Digi is. We see only other... There's other people on the stream, but I don't know who they are. I think he's AFK. Oh yeah. Yeah. Say them. We have... I don't think they'll be hugely... I'll probably change stuff. World 18 was called Last Chance. World 19 was called House of Glass. And World 20 was called Intermission Final. Boss 10, which I'm not going to reveal the full name of, involves 10 whole words. So Boss 10 would have 10 whole words in the name. So yeah. Boss 10's the only one that'll probably stay the same. But the other ones will probably change, I'm assuming. I always do little like tweaks to stuff last minute. So a world could be called like... I think there's probably examples of this that are not coming to my mind, but like, for instance, Lost Temple might have been called like Temple, and then I just threw, oh, let's put Lost in, or let's make this item easier to get and remove this item and add this item in place of this item. A lot of like really minor things like that. So I'm sure that the names would have changed, right? But I do like the boss 10 one, so I'll definitely keep that. Any more cool stuff? I have a ping somewhere. I'm actually confused why that is. I'm actually really confused. Where's the ping? Oh. Okay. Neat. Invincible, fearless, sensational, mysterious, enchanting, vigorous, diligent, overwhelming, gorgeous, passionate, terrifying, beautiful, powerful, floor 10 boss. Exactly. That's what the name is. Anything else cool on the lore? Oh, this was made April of 2025. Those puns. And I May. Close enough. Oh, you want to hear some random facts I wrote down? Iris's cloak has implants and technological prints to allow her to hack into devices and manipulate unencrypted technology without the use of external forces. So she does some like shit to help the player in World 14 and 15, I think. Sorry if those numbers are wrong. That isn't just like plot convenience. She has stuff like embedded into her cape to help her do that. Do different sectors share key guardians or share worlds? That's a very, very good question. I have to kind of answer this on the spot because I believe there was maybe a fixed answer to this that I had written somewhere a long time ago, but I can't remember or the chat where it wasn't. If my memory doesn't fail me, they all have their own individual guardians. But I think worlds can intertwine. I think the worlds can, but the key guardian dudes don't. Do you all remember the broken tower? This thing. Oh, do you want me to explain this now? I think you all always wanted to hear about this. The broken tower. Let me know if you want to hear about this, but yes, alright, I'll explain that in a moment. But all the floor one's scary. I haven't seen this except for screenshots. It was an event. I'll give context. Yeah, in here, I believe. Actually, no, it wasn't. I don't know. I don't remember where it was. There was a portal, and it said out of order above it. I think when the guardian of a floor's defeated, then it depends on the nature of them. But obviously, a character like Gelato. It's a 3-2-1 from Alana. Thank you. Yeah, I know it. I can feel that. It's down there. Nope. What the hell? What? Was this ever used? Weird. I've never seen that. Okay. Oh, this was scrapped. Like, corny thing. I would have come from that, but I never did, so that's lucky. Here. Thank you. When these bosses are defeated, depending on the nature of the boss, Keykeeper, that's the name. Depending on the nature of the Keykeeper, like Gelato can just probably regenerate unless he's like viscerally destroyed. But depending on the nature of them, it will have like a little sign pop up. We'll be back shortly or out of order, and then a new Keykeeper will be inserted in place of that one. And in this case, this guy here probably got overthrown by the anodized spreading in and infecting the portal or destroying the portal. Depends how you see it. So that's a little wall drop in that regard. Here we are, the broken tower for the Shadow Gelato event. This was my days. Okay. Dog doesn't like Shadow Gelato. This event was for Halloween of 2023. Was Diox there? I've been thrown off now. Hold on. This event was for Halloween of 2023, where Shadow Gelato invade. I'm not even gonna try and form an answer on what was canon and what wasn't from that. It was just a very early on weird point in the server where shit was just happening to happen at some points. Yes, you're right. This was kind of like a hallucination after Shadow Gelato exploded, but it was kind of to show what the Andize would look like. It's just an abstracted version of that. So essentially it's just like kind of a hallucination almost, because if you'll remember, anyone who was there, you'd be TP'd back into the sky after the event, which was pretty interesting, right? Why Diox was here, and I think... Do you want me to initiate the event? Do I have the code? This will be so wonderful if I get it to work. Script, spots finds. Shadow. Whoops. This is really weird how this is done. Okay. Oh. Oh. Big out TP everyone, apologies for that. Okay. Yeah, that's what would happen at the end of the event. And again, it was a bit of a hallucination, and some stuff in the event, whether it was canon or not, I'm not even going to bring into question at the moment, because again, it was a very weird point in the server's lifespan, where a lot of, like, what was the point of having Shadow Gelato blow up World 6 and to have the name change permanently and then to get fixed later on? Who really knows? I was probably just doing shit. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Let's do that. The players will love that. But I don't think there's much thought into it beyond the fact it was just kind of like a hallucinatory kind of deal. Yeah, and it was also cool because Dark was a character in the lore who was kind of unknown at that point. I think that was before the actual boss, I believe. So that was pretty neat. I joined around World 12 came out because I remember seeing Golden Glitch Hammer. Plans for Spooky in the air. Is he still up there? No, he got deleted. There was a... What was the reason of that again? A bunch of stuff was like... Oh, that's what World 7, wasn't it? A bunch of stuff was like glitching about, like Spooker appeared in World 6 on top of a tree. And then World 7 came out. What? Good. My dummy. Oh. Did you place it? I'll make a note of that. I cannot destroy it, Inverted smile dummy. I don't I'm in chat because I was trying to open Notepad. I'm sorry, I'm gonna throw after the stream. I could probably do it now. There you go. It's a small dummy. Oh, this world's so brilliant. I don't get how people hate, like, I think the majority of people thought these worlds were great, and probably some of the best stuff to come from the server, but I remember there was, like, someone who played the server who was, like, the fucking Grinch, and they hated on this world in 14. There may have been... I'm not gonna name... That's probably a bad idea to name names on stream, but, you all might know who I'm on about. This world was cool, though. The builds were neat. I think I did an outline for it, and then Digi did a majority of the building. All this stuff was built by Digi, I think, over here, with all the rocks and stuff, and then I did some polishing, and the majority of stuff over here. You can probably tell, because it looks a lot fairer in some areas. That stuff was cool. Isn't this weird from the outside? Oh, and the library, yeah. The library's cool, actually. I actually think this is probably one of my better jobs at building. Yeah, you did the rooms, I can tell, with the end rods and stuff. Yeah, the crane. Yeah, this world was brilliant. Really, really good. It's a shame most people who play don't get to these worlds. I feel like the bottleneck that was like World 1, 2, and 3 and whatsoever. It's great barrel grinding, it's just yeah. A lot of the post content for worlds kind of lacks compared to the earlier stuff. I think the best world to achieve a good balance is World 5. World 5. The quest of World 5 is identical to you know, the quest of World 5 is identical to the actual gameplay of it, isn't it? The gameplay loop of just doing runs. So I think it's much smoother as a result. But yeah. A lot of interesting stuff. I forgot a lot of these plans were even considered at any point. Some stuff I'm showing on stream today, so hopefully you'll have been finding some of this interesting. There's some stuff about the ending I can't reveal. Oh, what? This is weird. There's just so many weird plans that didn't go anywhere. It's quite interesting. I built every building just with World Adult and hand placed all the windows. Yeah. World 11 took really long, didn't it? For some, like, I remember you said you didn't know why it took long. Is World 11 Showdown, right? I'm pretty sure. I remember Showdown. I had a brain rot boss to World 1, yeah. God, Pibby. God, Pomni to World 1. Get all of the Minot kids to play. World, I'll bring this up because some of you might. So, you know, some of this is still in use. World 16 was going to be called Wings. Oh, yeah, right. If this is still intact, then this is going to be cool. Summer event for 2025 was horrible. Tales of the Tower and Wings. And at some point I considered calling World 17 Plaguebringer as well. So Wings became the Oracle. Tales of the Tower became Plaguebringer, which became... What? That's the name of the NPC, that's weird. There's a bloody song lyric. Yeah, no. W Dog. Tales of the Tower became Plaguebringer, which became Bound to Sin. And if signs here. These signs replaced. This was made nearly a year, 5 months, it'll be a year ago. So yeah, as it says here, these were all the names of World 16, World 17 were decided upon. So that's pretty neat. You have your Easter egg in here with the NPC from that, from a manga. Apparently people really like the ending of. Really like the ending. We have dungeon stuff in here. Weren't there signs in Mod 12? Yes! Thank you for mentioning that. Mod 12 was W ending. I'm curious to see what it is in like 20 years when that gets adapted to the screen. Go listen to Drake. That's a cameo. I will keep you updated. It was like Xanataz. I was always placing the heads down. I was like rolling. Do you like parkour, Xanataz? Don't know what that's on about. Got the crow boss. Outer Pork might be boss 7. I hate fighting Elder Pork, it's awesome. Boss 6, Carpal Tunnel. Boss 7, Beautiful and Dark. And yeah, reference again. Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I was listening, run away as fast as you can. There's a lot of Kanye references, I think. I wonder who I was listening to when this came up. Digital Armor. Error. Never. Yeah, I think most of these were just trolls. I think this was before Boss 7, which is kind of cool if that's the case. This also teased Professor Vincent / the voice suit being Boss 7. We have voice 7. I was gonna match the dots up on that. Oh, let's do a quiz. Do I still got it? I'm still got it. Does Pete? No. Are there 3 porters with the train? Nope. There's 1 head of the train and 2 porters. Or Nigel Glimpse, yeah. It's a large backpack, the 4th no Titanic, and then you have the barrel. Is the limit of laps in Waste Yard 5? Nope, it goes on forever. Awesome. Your house. World 13, 11/05, 2024. Jesus Christ. I think that was like off. I think I was just messing around and put a sign in there. And then you built the rest of this, obviously. It was close. Clementine. Yeah, it was quite close, I recall. On the Waste Yard run for the old times. People struggle with it a lot, but I think Waste Yard's one of my favourite bosses. The new one. get one of these. Nope. Use the currency. I don't know why I reset my data. I thought I was going to play for him. I'm like, can't talk while playing the server. Just get a magma. Oh. What? Crash? Oh, what was that? Oh. That's my magma. Very chill. Hey guys. What lap do you think I can get to? I'm good too, I just want to see if I can actually beat it, so. Oh god. It's already rough. Spamming shots out right now. It's not the same about the music, you know? Really like calming stroll. Yeah, I fumbled. Oh, this was the tricky one, wasn't it? Okay, that was close. On the stalagmite, I think. Yeah, they have like weird hitboxes, I think you can. Do 3 laps. Never mind. I was unlucky. Wait, shovels go. Wait, shovels go. Oh, that. Was there any cool stuff I have in my planning channels? Now, more weird bold names. There were going to be 3 worlds on floor 9. Why? Who knows? Yeah, what was going on here? Actually, no, there weren't going to be 3 worlds. I had ideas for worlds and I cut 2 off. There's going to be a world criticizing AI called Snake Eyes. And there was going to be a world called Coda, which was going to be similar to Strange DMC, which became not Waste Shard, which became the Dark Woods, I guess. Tidbits about the tower. This is neat. Some of it's a bit dated. I might show some of these on stream because they're kind of cool. One of these are like irrelevant now though, so partially irrelevant. So I'll just blur it out because it'll confuse people. Actually, a few of these are a bit dodgy. Yeah, be for a minute. All right. Any more questions? Because we're running on hour 14 now, and I'm gonna show some stuff at the end. That is a kind of DoomTowers related, kind of not. check my original planning channel because I was looking at DoomTowers. A lot of these are just patch notes. Oh, Boxtown was a thing. Welcome back. I'll just say, any final questions? Because I have one more bit of the stream that I'm just going to do, and then I'll probably wrap up like a 10-minute segment. Ish. I remember one weird thing was this, like the Monolith collab. Because you had these for blue steel, and then did you all get the weapons, right? The ID weapons? I'm pretty sure. Oh, the leaves are falling now, that's cool. I'm on 1.20, 1.11. Was any of them actually good? I don't know, Mikey's shotgun was good. There you go. The shotgun was like just a buff version of the shotgun, which was kind of lazy in retrospect. And then you had the Deagle and the railgun. The railgun was going to be digital. Like I thought about, I was considering it, and I was like, nah. Like it was weird to code. There was someone that used all of them, and they did loads of damage. They were setless. That's neat. Probably don't play anymore, but like that's cool. And you'd leave through the map. This is also interesting because this whole area is reflective of a older version of the game, where it was like the green free roam areas. Before I changed it all. Let's segue nicely into what I'm going to show off in a minute. Monolith playtest one. Thank you for asking. It makes the last bit of this stream a little bit less forced in, like as an ad break. But as I mentioned, and at the end I'm going to summarize everything I've said, which isn't just going over old stuff. You can look back through the stream if you want. I'm going to keep it as a VOD because a lot of stuff that's in the stream some people might want to see. But yeah, obviously with the server getting less updates and less focus, obviously I've been saying for the stream, this is kind of like hopefully the beginning of a comeback. I set up this little event and I kind of went for the aesthetics. You have the black and white kind of monochrome aesthetics kind of showing the fact that a lot has changed, whether it be in the server or in the greater world. Hopefully we can all just come back and enjoy a boss or two left in the server, finish things off, whether that be through some very hopefully nicely drawn comics or some very well written books or some awesome boss fights. Hopefully we can kind of return back to things just for a little bit, just to give the server a nice conclusion. But there are a lot of people who like the server outside of the fact it's just a Minecraft server. I hope everyone on the stream shares that sentiment. I think compared to the other ones, something's been done right here to where there's still people who did not know me or anything I've made before, joined the server in like 2023 or 4, and are still playing and still interested to this day. Like, it does make me happy to think that from the announcements I made, some people were talking in the chat who hadn't spoken in months, and they were excited over the news. So, if you like it, for the writing or for the gameplay or whatever you may like it for, you may be interested in Monolith, I'm going to show off one round of it now, because it has come along a long way since some of you may have seen it in September. I think that was when it was initially teased, or August, I'm not too sure. But it's come a long way. I believe the first public release for the game will be out. It's the first time I'm revealing it. Not going to announce it just yet because things always do change. I believe you all will be able to play it and check it out for yourselves. April, hopefully even like mid-April, not even late. Because there are very few things left to be done. You can't. What do you mean? Or never get stuck on time. But this time is going to be different, trust me. We're not going to have loads of delays. Maybe. I can't make any guarantees. But hopefully we're going to have a release up April. I'll show off some gameplay, because a lot has changed. And those was meant to be out months ago. To be fair, that was like quite irresponsible of me to say a release date in December, because literally nothing other than the arena was done, and it was just the idea was I was like saying to myself, "You have a week to do this. Let's get it done." But then I got ill, and I was just like, "Fuck it. The server's off for 4 months." And he's Monolith. So I'll show one round of it because it is actually coming together as a game now, not just a tech demo. And then I think after that, all the stream wraps. I'll actually be interested in doing more streams again because this was good. This is fun. And hopefully, those streams involve some new content. I understand it's a little bit of a shame that necessarily nothing new was shown. But I think the main takeaway from the stream should be that I'm actually scaling builds are OP and builds that don't scale at us. Yeah, basically. I think it's the stream should be seen as just a thing saying, I'm actually doing stuff again. Yeah, getting off my butt and actually looking at work on the server again. But yeah, we have 4 characters here. I play Corbin just because probably the one I'm best with. Is the supply crate in debug mode? Yes. Okay, I'm only going to use it once. You're only meant to get 1 attachment from it. We have the map. This icon's new. A lot of the menu stuff's better now, like the health bar. These are new types of monoliths that you will encounter. I'll explain what they do. So get to it. We have our dumbbell. This also looks much nicer. Go. I'm drinking some water, my throat's going. Dumbbell gets stronger every time I do a successful weapon mini game, which with Corbin's not too bad. You can also reroll your drops now. I'll do it once. It's pretty good. These ones are called withered monoliths, and they don't have the code yet, but they damage your attachments more than normal ones, but they're weaker. So in one shot, I think this guy's going to be dead. Near enough. And I can also right click to punch now, which was only something you could previously do on 0 ammo before. Take the R resilience as a strong one. Our supply points. Gonna buy this. Free room areas also look way better. They used to look so ugly, I'm not gonna lie. Entering the bunkers. Some wonderful text. Do I want to sacrifice 10%? You know what, I'm gonna do 10%. There you go. Gotta find the way out. These do damage you less now because I think it was a little bit much before. I can find the map. There's still a lot more to do, but I'm only releasing an alpha build in April. But I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on feedback because I think something really special could come from this. These monoliths are dense monoliths. They are immune to effects, and that's a new mechanic that some of you may not be familiar with. Basically, there was an attachment I didn't take earlier. It's called the lead bullet, but those are basically effects where they inflicts things on the enemies, like taking more damage from all attacks or taking periodical damage. I'll try and go for a decent effect build, but it's kind of hard right now because I haven't added shops to the free room areas yet, which are basically going to be little places where you can buy attachments for your ammo. Well, like that, extra damage. Guys, you sound like a dork. Yeah, that's going to be a 12-month ban, buddy. 12-month ban. Buy like that. I'm going to sacrifice way more health than that earlier free room area, actually, because I've got an attachment that's giving me health for every time I defeat a monolith. But I'm not taking much damage from the melee. I'm going to take the weakness, but we'll try and get a good effects build going. So as you can see, we have our plague. This duplicates all the flex bites to the monolith. Oh, and I didn't delete the Vartic Dart, so I lost the bloody weakness for it. Okay, damn it. You're ruining it. Do this. Get something good up. Actually, just going to spend the ammo. I don't want to lose the health there. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I messed my minigame up. Grenade. I'm going to take that. I'm really hoping for some weakness. Really hoping for some weakness. I'll trash the drum mag once I can get some. I'll save the grenade. There you go. We're on max health near enough. Oh, come on. Pulling my leg here. Alright, we have the mini boss. Is it going to be the new track? Yeah. You may have heard this if you played DoomTowers. It's from PPP. But, it's here as well, so that's pretty neat. Oh, am I even going to win this? Bloody hell. Okay, wait. Getting up in my chair now. Nope. Damn it. There's a little bit luck-based right now. I've got to make it less luck-based. I'll do a short one with this character. We have... Oh, this RNG is not great. This will be the last one, and we're wrapping the stream up. Bro has never won. Okay, no, trust me, trust me. It's bad RNG, it's not a skill issue. This character, if you haven't seen, you have these two things. You've got to hit the circles. When it's a scared emoji, it means you've done a bad job. I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrible at this character. I'm very not good. With dense monolith, oh dear. They have more health, that's why they're annoying. This character is like probably the hardest right now. I do want to add more complex ones. Terminus is the last one I got a code, and I think he won't be in the first build just because he's very... Not very, but he's on the more complicated side with how his weapon's going to work. Go. I should have taken the helmet, actually. Save it. It should be a one-shot. Nope. Close enough. Oh, the relinquish. This is like 100% crit chance. Won't take that. And we got... Damn it. Oh, we got 2 for once. Or we got 2 in 1 deal. One down. Nope. Oh. Ooh, okay, we'll take the plague. Try and get our effect build up. Again, without those shots, it feels a little bit luck based, so I want to try and avoid that in that final release. To be honest with you, it's going to be tough. Oh, okay, we're kind of not doing too well there. Not in great condition. I might have to blend it on a free roam. Oh, we're going to need... I don't even know what we can actually do to clutch this now. This is a little bit tricky. Try and get a bunker with some ammo. Oh, actually, wait, no, this will be kind of clutch. Actually, I need another monolith before we fight the big one. Base damage reference touch broken. Do I want... No. If I get like a med... You know what, I'm going to take the gamble. If I get a med kit, that actually could pay off well, but I don't know. Going free. Just draining all our health there. Fortunately, I couldn't get any attachment, but I got an extra thing on the map. Alright. One more. We need some decent luck here. Bloody hell. Oh my god, I'm trash. Shit. Okay. I'm dead. Oh my... Okay. Well, hopefully some of you all are better than me. Hopefully it's a little bit less luck based when it comes up. But that's going to be it for today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed the stream. I'm just going to summarize. Let me close the game quick. I'm going to run through what I've gone over. Release the build. Release the monolith files, you know. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Little summary. DoomTowers has been on a big hiatus, but hopefully this is the beginning of a comeback, although I'm sure everyone is just more busy than they were when they first started playing the server, myself included, and a lot has changed. Hopefully we can get anodized out at some point, and hopefully people enjoy it. If very few people play the update, I'll adapt and create comics telling the story as opposed to gameplay if I've really fallen off in the development department or people just don't give a damn anymore. And for Monolith, people interested in that, it will be releasing, a build will be releasing sometime in April, and on top of what I showed in that, because I really showed little, the map expands once you beat that first half, and then you also have the third half of the map, which contains some pretty cool stuff, like a final boss, for instance. On top of all of that, there's going to be a what's it called? There's going to be a shop in the freedom areas where you can buy attachments. That makes it a little bit easier to get your own like combos and strategies. And there's also going to be a little bit more polish, because right now there were some little rough edges on it, you might have noticed while watching that. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed the stream. Like always, have a good day.